really a factor? I done grew up as a bastard, stepped out the wound into a disaster. Designing drugs and guns on my city after, pray for the lackers. Cause it only get worse and they try to blame it on the rappers, label was factors. My rappy told me sign an affidavit, like my life and my family ain't matter. Do you know how I feel to get served to the court on the platter? That shit that happened. Lose your life hella soon like the months in the wound that your mama went through never happened. Seeing another lady, your baby was killed every.
Yo, welcome back to the channel, guys. It's the leader of the Cosmic Armada, the commander of the Cosmic Armada, Wolf Nara here, back to bring you another live reaction. I can't say another for JJK, huh? Yeah, can't make you say another because I used to live react to chapters at the time, and then I just caught up. Like, it was one day, and I shit at work, and I caught up. And this was like 2-3 months ago. So today we're here to react to 70. I am caught up to JJK, so I have been kind of reading it for about 2-3 months. So today, I know I didn't read the chapter this week, so I definitely want to live react to the chapter. Can't wait no longer, so let's get started. Chapter 170 of JJK. Okay, so you even have something like that, a decisive duel. Fushiguro and Reggie. Okay, look, first things first, I'm gonna say, nigga, your name is Reggie. Hey, I'm not respecting that name, just off rip, okay? Just off rip. I'm not respecting no name. Reggie, nigga, I'm sorry. You get no respect here, you get no love here, my nigga. And you got paper on you, nigga. I'm just saying, you're trash. Bogus ass packs yourself. Oh, damn, you were up the elephant, the nigga up the elephant, nigga. You know what happened? This nigga spraying the block, nigga, down. He is spraying the block down. Okay, that nigga looked over like, hold on, that elephant is spraying. Hold on. Jumped out the way. Whoa. Looked up. So now you see the gloomy shadow up at the top. Oh, that nigga face ugly as hell. That nigga face ugly as hell. Those something upward. It looks like it became a spider web. Hold on. This nigga got the spider web on deck on bro. So Megumi has the bunny rabbits he typically use for like cover and to cushion his fall. So, ooh, okay, my god. He made dude catch his rabbits. Okay, he made dudes catch all rabbits. Okay. Jumped off the chain. Wait, landed on the chain. Rabbits get caught by the little net. Contract object reproduction. So he's able to clone objects that he's touched previously. Okay, so he throws them. Wait, Megumi catches them, but no, he smacks them hoes away. Okay, he smacks them off trajectory. That rabbit Shikigami seems to be different from the others. They spring up no matter how many are killed. And the fact that he combined it with water attacks means he's aware of my curse technique. But isn't it too straightforward to use water attacks? Your technique conjures the contents of a receipt. Although I'm probably not completely on the mark, right? It's hard to describe, but you can call it a reproduction of a contract. Meaning I can also do something like this. Contract object reproduction. Hold on, wait a minute. This nigga may be out here. This may be out here. Hold on. So he puts the cursed energy around the receipt. Now we see glittering gold and shine, nigga. Wait. I just used the receipt for a 3-day, 2-night stay at Starry Sky, the 5-star Japanese inn, completely with oil treatment. Meaning I'm currently in a state where I've been soaked in a hot spring, relaxed and rested my body for 2 days. This nigga ability is low-key OP as hell, bro. Okay, so with his ability, let's say for example, you have a receipt for a nuclear missile. Not only is he able to conjure the contents of that receipt, he's able to copy. So he's able to drop multiple nukes given he has the prep time. So with this, he used the receipt in order to conjure a relaxing stay, thus knocking down the stress he feels and restoring his stamina. So this nigga is able to restore stamina at will as well. So that's pretty dope as well, okay? On the other hand, what about you? You are wounded from the previous battle and use multiple Shikigamis simultaneously. you must be exhausted. I often use multiple shikigami simultaneously. The problem is the inclusion of max elephant, which is normally used alone. You can summon or dismiss shikigami easily, but once a shikigami is hurt, it probably won't work that way anymore. Now, you can't summon the all-arounder dog which can attack and defend. Because of that, you are forced to use a combination of shikigami which only has a single talent. We are now in a war of attrition, where neither side has a high-powered technique. It's impossible. You can't kill me. That's right. So, see, this is why Megumi is, y'all hear it now, nigga. Megumi Fushiguro is my personal favorite character of JJK. I enjoy his backstory. I'll probably get into that later when I get my boy Fish in here when we start our discussion. But Megumi is my favorite character in JJK. I think he's a character done right in regards to just standard person. So let's keep it pushing. I'll run away. That nigga Megumi said I'll run away. So he hops on new with a little electricity bird. Not going to happen. This nigga summoned drones. This nigga got the receipt for drones too? So like I said, as long as he got the receipt for it, this nigga summoned the moped. I'm done. A moped, my nigga. That's what's bugging. That's what's popping out here. A moped. We just doing mopeds, huh? We just. Hey, it is what it is. Hey, bust out the moped, my. Hey, if you have the Ferrari receipt, you have the Lambo receipt. Pull it up in the hood in the foreign. You feel me? Pull it up to the hood in the foreign, okay? I done smack the mic, all type of shit, but you get the point. So, this nigga is humming. See, if you would have had a car, nigga, you would have had some tunes. Splash. A general gymnasium. Did he simply run, or was he luring me in? I could force him out with a fire, but it'd be too much trouble to play tag with him again. Now, what to do? As I thought, it's just about the right size. What are you up to, you little shit? He just walks up the top. He just walks up the top like fuck it. Just walks up the top. I believe you're the one who's setting up for something. Well, lying is what matters for Jujutsu sorcerers. This nigga Reggie is trash. This nigga just up to you. Nigga, what did you get a receipt for a truck? What? Nigga. Not only what did you get a receipt, what did you get 2 drivers for a truck, nigga? What's going on here? A war of attrition where neither side has a high-powered technique. Did this nigga duck under the truck? Fuck it. So now he summoned 2 plant pots. Damn, both of them hit his head. Okay, so one hit him on the top of the head. So now Megumi's bleeding completely. Well, not completely, but profusely from the left side of his face. And the other one drops on his back. So now he can't really guard. Damn, you just see the blood splurting. Nigga, that a carrot? This nigga just throwing random. Nigga, you went to the store before this fight. Oh, my bad. Excuse me. That's a radish. That's a radish. With a knife inside. Wait. This nigga up the shank. Damn, stab this nigga. Kick the Damn. Just a front kick. Objects I reproduce are like shikigami. So I can grant them simple orders. Knives don't normally fly, do they? Judging from your personality, this might be pointless to ask, but I'll give it a go. If you give me your points, I'll give you a painless death. What do you say? Oh, my boy out here. So now Megumi, I guess he's looking down silent. Barrier techniques sure are difficult. I just can't grasp the sensation of superimposing an artificial space of different scale onto a real space. That's why, don't tell me. I'll transform this gymnasium into my domain. You can use that domain. all right here. But look, we are eating. We are eating, nigga. We are eating, nigga. We are eating. Okay, that's all I gotta say. We are eating. Megumi Fushiguro fans everywhere, nigga. We are eating right now. Hey, he can only transform the gymnasium because he had a certain amount of circumference around him, so he kind of used that as a base for kind of how big to make it. However, right now, we are eating, nigga. We are eating, nigga. Megumi Fushiguro fans everywhere. We are eating right now, nigga. I wasn't expecting to actually get like a Megumi chapter, bro. Like, bro. Eating right now. Hold on, bro. Let me get my nigga Fish in here. Let me get my nigga Fish in here, bro. Fish, if you know anybody who reads JJK, feel free, you know what I'm saying? Send me an invite. After I send you the invite, of course. You know what I'm saying? But, bro, that's definitely my favorite character of JJK is Megumi. Just want y'all to know. I said it during the chapter reaction that he's my favorite character. Meeting, Bob. Yeah, I had to spam the little inbox so I could send the little shit to Twitter and all that shit. Shit wouldn't let me send it without, you know what I'm saying, spamming you, my nigga. Fish my bad, nigga. I had to get the data from somewhere, okay? I'm sorry. So hold on. Ooh. Okay, got the meeting set up. Send my nigga Fish an invite. Got my Fish is in the DM folks in them. Then we going on and set the OBS up, right? You feel me? Woo. Green screen, put me on it, yeah, you feel me? Put me in the back, you feel me? Alright. I don't know, Ace. I don't know, Jar. Megumi. Welcome to the channel if you're new. You feel me? Consider subscribing, liking, and commenting on the video if you're here after the video. You feel me? The live reaction portion is done right now. We about to get gang up in this bitch. You feel me? Because, you know, gang always got to be in this bitch. You feel me? You know, already know. Hey, niggas not going to speak too much. Hold on, Fish, folk. I'm still doing the Streamlabs shit real quick. Let me do this shit. And we going to chop it up. No, it's not that. What is boop? It's this one for sure. Bap, right there. I really fake want to roll the blunt, so pretty soon, you know what I'm saying? Find this camera going off. But what's popping, gang? You good out here, folk?
I'm chilling, bro. Ready to talk some JJK.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, me personally, Megumi's my personal favorite character besides Gojo. If I could pick a character who's not OP, it's gonna be Megumi. Just off the fact that I like the way he came from nothing, and he not only did he come from nothing, we had the opportunity to become to be a part of something prestigious. He was just like, yeah, I'm good on this, and I choose to live life by my own accord, and you gotta respect that. You feel me? So that's why personally Megumi's my favorite character.
Yeah, I do respect Megumi. It would have to be like, I guess, yeah, either, man, my favorite's either Toji or Gojo. Or Yuji. That's a pretty good one, though, but I understand what you're saying about Megumi, and him, like him literally being the head of the Zenin right now is just so crazy, and he just does not care for the position. Like, he was literally in the chapter trying to give it to Maki, and she just like, it just doesn't work that way. We can't just go that, you know, we have to do it a certain way. So that's why they're going through all these steps in the culling game, and him trying to get some. It's just really great seeing everything he's going through. I feel like this arc is going to be a great arc for his character, maybe even more so than we'll see for Yuji.
Yeah, like right now, I think Megumi, he's they're still relatively young. They're still pretty much in the jujutsu version of high school, from what we can see. So they really don't know exactly what's going on in regards to the specifics of the politics in the jujutsu world. They're not on a need to know basis. Is pretty much what I'm saying. And so when Megumi is having all these different interactions with people who's affected by the sorcerer from what, like 1,000 years ago, and this generational gang, at this current point in time, he's powerless. So I feel like this is going to kind of make him want to go towards being the head of the Zenin clan. Like him experiencing this is going to make him go towards that path. However, he's going to go more down the road like Gojo when he says, not necessarily going to the extreme of killing all the overheads or anything like that, but more of changing the way the system is functioning at its foundation.
Okay. I went back yesterday during my stream after reading the chapter, and I just found it kind of crazy because someone in my chat had brought up what Maki did, and I've always seen tweets about like people arguing, is this what Gojo would have wanted, what Maki did? So I went back and I'm like, what are people talking about? She had to defend herself.
Yeah.
But all end of her altercation with Naoya, she's leaving and she has her sister's body, and she gives it to the witch girl, the little broomstick girl, whatever.
Yeah, with the wind slash.
Yeah, and so as she's leaving, the girl's like, "Where are you going, Maki?" And Maki doesn't respond. And what we known as readers, Maki was supposed to link up with Panda at some point. So I was talking to my chat about what I found interesting was it also says after all that stuff, it says like the 6 members of the Hiei, their bodies were found, and then the Kukuru unit, you know, that were all attacking Maki. But then also there were 6 members who were absent from the Zenin estate, and they also ended up facing gruesome deaths.
Yeah.
So my first read through. So she eventually went down and tracked down 6 other Zenins and killed them. So I don't know. I think that's gonna be kind of crazy the next time we see Maki. Just, I mean, not really a sidetrack from what we're talking about with the chapter, but just Zenins in total. Like, I don't know how Megumi's gonna feel about that as well. Seeing her. I mean, it just depends on how it went down, I guess.
So in regard, I don't think we should kind of like throw that to the side, because for example, Gojo did also state that I can go and kill all the higher ups, but they have people who's going to pretty much carry out their wills for him since birth. So me killing them is not going to accomplish something. Accomplish nothing really. My bad, my mouth dry as fuck. But it's not going to really accomplish anything. So with Maki doing this is pretty much her executing the extreme that Gojo put as a hypothetical situation early on in the Jujutsu Kaisen manga. However, this also crippled the Jujutsu Kaisen world as well in regards to the Zenin clan itself being eliminated.
Yeah, being a great family.
Yeah, because they only 3 great families if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And so with 33% of the political power either has to be divided to 2 people, or they have to find someone else. And so now we either looking at Megumi Fushiguro having to take the stand and, you know, rebuild the Zenin clan, or we're looking at a third party who's already probably prominent in the politics of the Jujutsu Kaisen world, but whose technique is not as kept as good as a secret as the Zenin clan. Now take that third spot, and now we may have another situation where Yuji may have to be put into politics, especially after eating all the fingers and shit in Shibuya.
That's a good point as well. So what is your stance on the Zenin clan? Like, I have people in my chat telling me they think the Zenin clan is down to 2 people, but I mean, it doesn't make sense to me if it just being Megumi and Maki, when, I mean, it's been stated like when Maki's sister Mai wanted them to just be servants. I'm led to believe there's other potentially people who weren't combative forces within the Zenin clan, who are just normal people that Maki didn't kill. I mean, I don't feel like she killed every single person in the Zenin clan. I don't know. Well, what do you think?
So in regards to her killing, like, even I don't think she pulled the full-on Itachi like what Ace is saying. Like, she's not killing no fucking kids or nothing like that. I think that Maki does have a moral compass that still is very important to her. However, in regards to after her sister died, she's down in this depressed state of mind. At first, well, I'm not gonna even say depressed. She's more of a realist now. She sees what has to be done.
Her resolve.
Yeah, her resolve has kind of like hardened. However, the way of going about it, she's pretty much an extremist.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't think she's as far along as killing kids and people who doesn't really have any curse techniques or anything like that. Besides the people who's going against her as an opponent. But like if they're just like random people in the clan and like they're not really on there, I don't think she's just gonna walk past them and behead them and no shit like that. I think it's still surviving members, but they're not strong enough or they don't have any cursed energy potent enough to be considered a threat.
Right. That's what I was saying too. Okay. So it just wouldn't make sense for them to just be two people. There's no one in the clan. The whole family's gone. It's not even a clan anymore if it's two. You know what I mean? So
exactly, they wouldn't really even be able to have that power. And then Megumi doesn't have the 10th summoning or the 10th shadow creature anymore, so he can't even make the deal with that. So that way he can kind of be on tier with the Gojo clan.
Yeah.
Because is the sixth eye and that summon kind of like go hand in hand?
The thing was that it's funny you said that because like when I was talking about this yesterday, they were like, I brought up the fact that Gojo had told Megumi, I think it was in a flashback too, they're talking about he's like, Megumi, like you can't, something about like, you know, winning by dying and then winning or something like that, you know. His Gojo gave him that whole speech, and then like he's also telling him like you can be powerful. You like back in the day, like the head of the Gojo clan had the 6 eyes, and the head of the Zenin clan had the curse technique Megumi has, and with the Shikigami and all that, and they ended up killing each other in a fight, but they were just as, you know, so Gojo basically was telling Megumi, you have just as much potential as me, but you just got to stop doubting yourself. And even Sukuna has been telling Megumi the same thing before too. When I forget where they were, they fought some like special grade curse, and then Sukuna had asked him like, why'd you run away back then? And he had left Yuji. I didn't remember. So
that's probably right.
There's just a lot of stuff going on with like Megumi, and I truly feel like Megumi's going to be a lot more interesting in the culling game, just from like what we were seeing in the beginning right now. I feel like this might be centered more so around him. But I also wanted to ask you what you thought of Reggie. Do you think he's like a modern day sorcerer or one from the past? Because from his dialogue, I was kind of starting to think he might not be from this age, and especially the way he looked at Megumi's domain, like he'd already seen a domain before. So I don't know. Your thoughts?
So I don't think so if for you to survive that long in this world, we see how brutal this world is, how easy it is for someone to get eliminated, you know. I don't think it's going to be that easy for someone to survive that long, you know, without being strong or having some sort of a strong influence in the world. So even with his dialogue, you can tell by the way he dresses that he's a real eccentric guy. All of those, I noticed, like, just by the explanation of his curse technique, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's a curse technique. That his entire outfit is covered with receipts. And I'm just like, who is this bum ass nigga just like right here with paper on him? Then I see him just like pulling them off. I'm like, oh. So now we see that he's not necessarily a sorcerer from that age. I feel like he's from this age because of how his curse technique works.
Yeah, thousands of years ago, you think they had like receipts and stuff like that for every transaction. I don't think it would have worked like that either then. That's a good point.
And so, for example, how he's able to kind of like replicate the things he has with the receipts. You see that he threw one knife, Megumi knocks it out the way, and then he said, oh yeah, I have this ability as well, and he throws like 5 knives. However, he didn't touch a receipt when he threw the 5 knives. He just conjured it. And so now, let's say, for example, he touched the truck, but we seen 2 trucks. Does he have like a specific limit to the mass of the things he's able to copy? Is he able to copy things that copy more of things when it's at smaller mass and doesn't weigh that much, like a knife? He's able to copy more of those versus something that's as heavy as a truck. Because what his ability pretty much entails is that if this nigga got a receipt for a fucking nuke, this nigga is copying nuclear bombs, dog. That's like one of the things I was saying during the reaction. I'm like, hold on. So he, like, with the proper prep time, he can be a threat. However, with that, keeping that limitation in mind, it makes me feel like he's from this day and age pretty much. But he could also be a threat.
Okay, I see what you're saying, but I would also like. I was also bringing that up because just like all of his dialogue we've seen from Reggie thus far, because he's one of the first people we've seen. Like after Megumi and Yuji split, right before they split, they're talking about how they need to get in there and look out for like sorcerers from 1,000 years ago, and they need to get the rule made. So when they get split or whatever, he's one of the first people we see talking about like, who was he asking? Was he asking Takaba in one of the most recent chapters? I think Reggie was looking at Takaba, the little comedian dude, and he was like, "Are you from a different period?"
See, that guy, I think it's due to the way his getup was. I feel like we really haven't met anyone from another period. I
think Hashime might be the one that Hikari's looking for.
Yeah, he may be from another period because it's taken a while to get to him. But as of like current characters that we've seen so far, I feel like all of them are from this current period. Just fucking weirdos.
I think that's crazy though. I think, well, do you think when we finally do run into like 1,000-year sorcerer, how do I ask this? Do you see our cast being able to handle that? Like, say it's just Yuji who runs into him, or it's just Megumi who runs. Do you see them being able to handle it 1v1, or do they gonna need like a team up? Well, how do you see this going down?
Yuji, if he runs into him, he got Sukuna. I'm not worried about that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Sukuna's not gonna let his vessel with 15 of his fingers at this point die. Like when it was one finger, he didn't give two shits. But now he's at the point where he got 3/4 of the way there. He's not gonna let this kid die. But if it's Megumi by itself, he's getting folded. He can't even. The way I'm seeing it right now is that he can conjure the limited space. Let's say, for example, you know how the domain expansion is pretty much in physics. It's considered a pocket dimension to our reality.
Mm-hmm.
So
space, like a space that's already there. Like I know what you mean.
So he's able to conjure the time of that space and the objects of that space. However, he's not able to conjure the space in its entirety because he has no concept of how big he should make it. Because that's pretty much what I got. He was like, okay, so I can conjure my domain expansion on this entire gymnasium and it could be sealed. However, if I'm not within this gymnasium and I'm in an open space, I don't know how big to make it. So the overarching part of the domain expansion or the circular part of the, let's say, barrier, he doesn't know how big or small to make it to keep everything contained. So like he has that inexperience right now. So I really enjoy how that came into play in regards to the end of this chapter. And then that nigga got to stand at the back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I need to know what's going on in that thing in the background. What is that he created? That's gonna be interesting. I wasn't shocked though this chapter when I was hyped, but I wasn't shocked because we had the dialogue from, I forget what character saying Megumi already had mastered his domain, but it's crazy we're seeing it like right now. Like he's pulling it out against Reggie. So I'm a little bit scared for Megumi the rest of this arc, what's gonna happen. Because if you over here tiring yourself out, calling Max Elephant and using up most of your Shikigami, which he's kind of used to. I would argue he's not really used to using all of his Shikigami in conjunction with Max Elephant, because every time we've seen Max Elephant, Megumi just it's usually by itself. But now that he's using it in conjunction, of course he's using up a little bit more cursed energy. And then now this domain, I'm just curious, is this domain that Megumi's created, is this going to be a lethal domain? I really truly feel like this is going to be like a lethal, like how Higuruma's was non-lethal and he made a domain.
Yeah.
I really do think this is going to be like the first lethal one we see in this arc though.
So I feel like at this current point, his domain is not going to be considered lethal because he doesn't necessarily have enough Shikigami. Like, yeah, you can kill a ton of people, but when I think of lethal, I think of like fucking what the fuck is that fire curse spirit drops the meteor with his domain? If it was anybody else but Gojo, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that would have been probably a different story. You feel me? It would have been a lot tougher to overcome that. So like he doesn't have the utility in regards to his Shikigami for it to be lethal, it gets higher tiered opponents. But the more Shikigami he does get at his disposal, and we see that with the Chimera Garden, he's able to summon a multitude of the same Shinigami, while in reality, he's only able to summon one type of that Shikigami, except with the bunnies. Them niggas still multiplying to this day, nigga. We ain't gonna speak on that. Them niggas horny. You feel me?
My stance with his domain is like, why I think it might be lethal is because I don't really necessarily know what his Shikigami are gonna do within his own space of ever seen what his Chimera, what they can actually what they can fully do. I mean, so what if his bunnies just go and just keep jumping on the nigga, just suffocating and crushing the mother? I mean, who knows? I want to see it be lethal so bad. I want to see Megumi just body this vagabond in receipts. I'm tired of seeing this hairy nigga Reggie. I'm tired of this nigga.
So now I think that right now Megumi is exhausted. We just seen that Reggie he's pretty much like a fucking bard. If I can give him like a RPG role, Reggie is like a healer / bard role. He buffs the team and he can kind of heal, but he doesn't really do too much. So if he has another receipt and Megumi kind of beats his ass and he gains his respect and he ends up helping him, then at this point I feel that he's going to use a receipt to heal Megumi, because Megumi's going to be down now after this one.
I think I see Remy coming to help us at some point too. That girl that Megumi was at first following, now that he's up everyone she was with, I feel like maybe she'll come over and start helping out.
Nah, I think she's not necessarily going to help out in regards to that. Because he already told her, like, hey, get your ass on, bro. Like, if she's gonna help, it's probably gonna get him to safety after he pass out, maybe. Because he is in the confined space, but it is in the open area. If you notice how dude weak ass pulled up on the moped, and you notice the environment around it, it's kind of in the open area. It's like at the end of a main road, so he can be found easily. Because just because he's knocked out doesn't mean the culling games stop. Doesn't mean he can't be killed, you know. So if she does play a part in it, it's going to be probably getting him to safety or nursing him to health. But at that point, we seen that Reggie, we don't condone that over here. Reggie, he's able to heal people, or at least give them a day or two at the spa. You feel me? So he's not able to heal necessarily like a broken arm or anything like that. But let's say, for example, he has like a doctor bill. So now, boom, he has a cast on. So now his bones is in the process of getting healing. He's like that. That's the way I kind of see it with Reggie. I feel like he's gonna, with what Megumi's doing now, he's gonna gain Reggie's respect, and with Reggie's gonna end up helping him. I don't feel like it's gonna be a one and done thing, because Reggie still has plenty of receipts left. So unless he's gonna combat all of these multitude of familiars or Shikigamis with each receipt, and then we got a naked character running on screen, you feel me, with no receipts on, then I see him helping Megumi more than hindering him.
I never got the vibe he'd want to help us at some point, but that would be interesting. I mean, we could use any help. I mean, the crew, all them on the team need all the help they can get. And I was wondering, so do you think Megumi for sure wins this fight?
Of course, Megumi about to fold this nigga. So let me look at the seed joint real quick. You feel me? Look at the seed. So, because what I think it is, you know how he kind of calls it Chimera Garden? So typically, a Chimera is just a multitude of animals' genes fused together through genetic engineering, most likely, like, not necessarily splicing, but like electric, like pretty much binding their DNA together through electroshock therapy. Yeah, and so that's how you create a hybrid. And so now you also have the word garden as well. You feel me? So garden, flowers, seeds, pollination, spreading. That's why he's able to produce and spread his Shikigamis inside the garden. You feel me? Rather than in reality. So what I'm seeing is that seed, we get to see what is actually producing all of the familiars or the Shikigami inside of the Chimera, which is just pretty much a giant seed in the back comprised of different familiars that he's tamed at this current point. So I feel like it may later on develop and probably, what is the word I'm looking for, mutate into something else when he gets more Shikigami at his disposal. But as of right now, this is what we get for it.
And do you think moving forward after this fight, do we go to Tokyo, the next colony, and focus on like other teams like Panda and Hikari, or do we go back to Yuji? Do we see where Maki is? Like, I'm curious. What do you think happens next after this? Like, we've settled Megumi's kind of like thing right now.
I'm trying to do some shit real quick. I just know this bitch is not even boop in the box. Boop, there we go. So they're gonna probably make their way towards there, but they're not gonna beat up until some bullshit goes on at the destination.
Okay.
And odds are, with the way it's looking, Megumi's gonna get there second. Cause Yuji kind of already got the meeting place, kind of, sorta, and in Yuji and Megumi, he's kind of constantly getting stalled. Not to mention the fatigue he has right now, at least. So I feel like Itadori is gonna get there first, and then we got Megumi second.
Man, I hope Higuruma comes back and helps these niggas out.
The court nigga?
Yeah, the lawyer nigga.
Nah, CG, you know what I'm saying? Hey, my nigga got a body, you feel me? That nigga say, hey, I smoked these niggas before this bitch started, you know what I'm saying? I got my dub, I'm going to jail. Hold on. Wait a minute. You can get away. You can get away. I swear to God. I swear to God. But I feel like he's going to want to see Yuji prosper after what he told Yuji, because he said he's a good person. So up until this point, he's going to not only... I'm not going to say negate his sense of justice because he has no choice to, but more of he's going to use that moral compass to motivate Yuji from this arc forward. Because Yuji has to understand, like with the what the fuck is her name? I can't think of her name. Shorty with the hammer. Can't think
Nobara.
of Nobara?
Nobara, yeah. Miss her. I heard too yesterday. I miss her.
I don't even think she did. I'm not gonna lie.
I heard a nigga saying she is, bro. I don't want to
think she did.
Yeah, let me check.
I'm not gonna lie. No, they would have showed. They love showing dead bodies on this bitch.
Come on.
They would have already showed her if she was gone, but she probably is a suspended animation though.
Mm-hmm.
But like we seen with her, same shit.
So I watched this dude named Don Cho. He talks about JJK, and in one of his videos, I have to go back and read some more, but he's saying so far, in one of his more recent ones, he's saying so far that Sumiki's not in the game yet, so that's why Megumi's trying to transfer the points to her so she won't have to, or I don't even understand what he was saying, like, but is Sumiki in the game already? Or what's going on with that? Like, where's Megumi's sister?
If she is in the game, if she's participating, she's probably already there. Don't they have a time limit to what they to how long they can they have a decision to make whether they can be a part of the game or not part of the game? Did that time limit kind of already pass? So shouldn't she already technically be there already?
I think so. I don't know if that time limit. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Because then when you get a kill, how long is it? You will last for what? When you get a point, it's like what, 19? You have 19 days or something until you get to get another one, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Around that time, let's just say 2 weeks, fortnight.
Nah, I really think sister's gonna be in the game, and she's gonna have some like crazy technique that she got from Kenjaku or some shit.
Oh, bro, shit. That's all it takes to have something entertaining. Because one thing I could say about JJK is the story is slow as shit. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But when you can tell when he wants to just get to the action and he just starts skipping shit that's really important. Or just saving it for later and using it as foreshadow for now so he can just get to the fights. I'm about to roll me a run. But right now I'm getting Hunter x Hunter vibes from it. I feel like he's taking notes right now in regards to not only the action but the storytelling from Yoshihiro's Tagachi work, Hunter x Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
But he's doing it better because he's not only telling us what's going on, he's also showing us with the art. And the most important dialogue we usually get in JJK is during the fight.
Yeah, that's very. I honestly did feel like the beginning of the culling game was very different from Shibuya and like earlier arcs of JJK that kind of like stood out to me and kind of seemed more fast paced. Not to call this arc bad, but the beginning it definitely felt a lot slower. So I was always telling people I'm just waiting for JJK to heat up. Just waiting for JJK to heat up. And I mean, this chapter is definitely, I feel the burners on. I feel something cooking under me for sure.
This nigga's ass on fire, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Low.
Somebody making chicken, nigga. Somebody cooking bacon or something right now. Nigga.
Somebody cooking for sure. So Gege, keep it going, bro. I mean, I'm honestly like, I understand how some mangaka need breaks and time, and we don't really fully know what's going on with Gege's health situation, but he's taking breaks. So I truly hope Gege, you know, takes the time he needs or she needs or whatever, and just, you know, slowly gets them chapters out. But I mean, I would hate to see this series fall off. That's my number one thing, because I defend it so much. I'm always talking about it. I would hate my least favorite thing to see for this series just fall off in a nasty way too. Like I wouldn't want to see that.
See, what'll make the series fall off, bro, is Megumi mastered fucking domain easy as fuck compared to everybody else. Fucking Yuji goes to fight Sukuna again in his personal domain, and he folds that nigga. Maki's sudden power up only comes from the sword. The moment she don't have that sword, she's trash again. If any of that shit happen, I'm like, okay, fool, I'm done. Nigga still Gojo eyes like a Sharingan. Hey. And then Gojo trash. Like, oh yeah, I don't got it no more. You know what I'm saying?
I'm out.
I'm calling it a day, fool. We calling the quiz after that way. Hey, call for them, fool. We gone, fool. We done. We going back to the crib.
JJK let me down. I'm gonna go to Eden Zero.
Nah, but what I've been enjoying. Whoa, hold on. Wait a minute, fool. Wait. Oh, hell no.
I'll wait for you to say something.
I was just about to go past that, nigga. Then I smelled the fairy tale in you, nigga.
Oh, man.
I smelled the power of friendship coursing off your veins, nigga. What a gun at, nigga? Wait. Bro. Nah, we not going that far down. I'll reread Naruto. Fuck is you talking about? I'll be one of them niggas. One Piece is too long. I'm gonna reread Naruto 12 times. You just like,
Man, we need to get a One Piece stream in one of these days, too.
Oh, no. I got, you know what I'm saying? I got some shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be consistent on YouTube this year. You see me? Road to 1K, you feel me? The bird chest is singing, nigga. You can't see it right now, but if you was on YouTube, you'd see me hitting my bird chest. But nigga, just know, nigga, it's hollowed and it's singing right now. But no, I'm gonna be doing like more shit for the channel and shit. I'm gonna be doing more live streams and shit too. So if I see you, if I know you're covering something, then you know what I'm saying. At the moment I do a reaction, if I do a live reaction, it's probably gonna be just for like JJK and My Hero only, and then just keep my One Piece shit, just videos. Then I'm gonna get your ass up on this bitch. I don't really cover JJK, you feel me? And me? Hey, that nigga Ace folks so funny, G. This nigga said Wolf almost had to let that one slide by on phone them. That nigga Ace told me, bro, hold on, we gonna cut my camera off. You feel me? I'm fine, bro, on my blunt and smoke. If you on my Twitch, you know I smoke over there constantly, nigga. Turn this off, nigga. If you new to my YouTube, you feel me? I don't really smoke too much on this bitch no more. But I remember when I got my shout out from Grand Line Review, nigga, I was smoking on that bitch. That nigga said, damn, this nigga smoking on YouTube? This nigga just love One Piece. This nigga, he got in front of the camera and started talking. I'm like, hey, it is what it is. But now we only smoke with faces on Twitch. Now we turn cameras off around. We turn cameras off around here. So why do people? So personally, this arc, I can't say it didn't have the same start as Shibuya, because this arc setup was literally like a chapter or two long. Hey, I'm just saying, hey, Ace no, Twitch gang, you feel me? But the reason why the Shibuya arc hit so much is because the things that we've been setting up for 3 arcs straight came into fruition. But we didn't know it was going to come into fruition, so it hit. But this, when we only have a couple chapters of setup, and we get that the world is kind of merged with this nigga who looked like a Mr. Potato character from Dollar Tree. You feel me? Then it don't hit as hard because when we get there, we're required to have a lot more explanation to understand the importance of what's going on. So if he were to just showed us versus telling us, we would have been a lot more confused. We'd been like, what the fuck is going on with these points? So now the only thing we're paying attention to is the 100 points versus all the other points in rules. So I feel like that's why, although people say this art isn't hidden in regards to the way it starts, I feel like it still hits. You feel me? Hold on. Folder, boop, bop, boop, full screen. Yes, yes. So what you think about that game? Hold on, folks. Boop. I can't even hear you, gang. I couldn't even hear you. What you say, folks? Alright, make sure this bitch going in. Alright. I can hear you, folks. Okay, I can't hear you. What the fuck is this bitch is what the hell? Hold the fuck up. Hold on, folks. Oh hell no. My cord came unplugged from my headset, boy. I'm not gonna. Yes, yes. If this was Virgo stream, niggas would be screaming bodega, boy. Cause yes, yes. But yeah,
every stream bodega for sure.
Bro, it be like that sometimes. You feel me? Cause I was just at work thinking like, I think I'm gonna react to the JJK chapter. You feel me? And then go from there. And just like do a live reaction for the one time. So this is just like spare of the moment. So shit wasn't even set up for the shit. No. But what you think about that though, gang?
What?
How people say the color games isn't hidden. However, the culling game didn't have the 3 arcs set up that the Shibuya arc had. And the reason the Shibuya arc really hit that much
is going crazy right now.
Oh shit, really?
Hell yeah.
Hold on, folks. I think this bitch done picked up. Hold on, folks. Something going on right now, alright. On folks and them. Okay. That better?
There you go.
On phone them. So the reason Shibuya isn't going, well, the culling game isn't going as crazy as Shibuya is because we had 3 arcs set up for Shibuya and we didn't know we was going to get the events coming together the way they did in Shibuya that soon. We thought it was going to come a lot later on down the line. While this arc, it got explained in about a chapter and a half. And so when we get to the arc, we require a lot more explanation because the mangaka wants us to understand that not only do the 100 points matter, all the worlds leading up until that point matter. And because we had a less amount of time for the explanation or the setup for this arc, we require more explanation when we get to this arc pretty much. That's why it doesn't hit for most people.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. When you do look at Shibuya and everything that came together and tied into itself. I would argue though, I mean, of course we're all going to be sitting around watching and, waiting to see what happens. So, but I do see the culling game getting a lot better later on down the line, because when you look at everything that's happened so far, we really haven't done shit in the culling game. I mean, we've gotten some people together, hopped into the game. These niggas gotten their ass beat a little bit, and that's it. We haven't even, Kenjaku's not even there. He's in China. So we haven't even gotten to like the bigger shit, like actually what the top tiers are doing and shit. And he's not even out there in the game. Niggas doing some other shit to prepare. So I feel like once we get a little bit past like a couple more of these fights or whatever, and these niggas trying to approach Kenjaku, or Kenjaku goes after Tengen and he has to face Yuki and Choso, that's when the arc is truly going to heat up and we're going to get like the payoff for some of the build-up stuff. Like truly. I mean, it's still good right now, like how you said, but
yeah.
I feel like we'll a little bit further. Oh man, I feel like it's gonna be a 10 out of 10 every chapter, nigga. I still see it how like any chapter with Yuki in it, it goes crazy. Anytime I see Yuki, I lose my mind, bro.
This nigga said, I got personal agenda. I got niggas I gotta see. I don't give a nigga. What you mean, Lord? Nigga, fuck these niggas, bro. Just like, I just want to see my baby. I just
want Yuki, bro. Like,
so. Now, Ace brought up a fair point. He said, I think that the hiatus played a role. So let's use Hunter x Hunter, for example. So, yeah, it's cool to come off of a hiatus with a real hype chapter. We constantly see it with One Piece. If we were to get left on hiatus with a setup chapter, we're relatively more upset than when we get left with a hype chapter. However, when you're relatively early on in your arc and you're just trying to, you know, we're at the store getting the present still, nigga. We're in line with the present. We're not even at the house wrapping it up to put it in that nice little bow yet. So like when you're still writing everything, it wouldn't make sense from a writing perspective to end something off at a high note where you're still climbing up the mountain to get to that climax. So then now you're at a point where we're gonna start saying, instead of this arc being consistent with this storytelling, it'd be more as this arc has a lot of high and lows. And we see that a lot with One Piece. For example, we see that when we got the break, when Luffy got Gear 4th, we came back, got Gear 4th, then we took that other break, we had the 10 minutes. And so now you took one break on the high, however, you have to take another break on the low to set up. But when you're coming back from a hiatus, you can't just automatically dial it up to 1,000 without the proper setup, so that when you do choose to dial it up to 1,000, whether you're gonna take another hiatus or not, you're able to go full throttle without nothing having to be re-explained or re-established due to people not reading the chapter, because it provided that same consistency. So hold on. At least that's what I think for. What you think, Fish? I'm out dry as two nuns in the origin right now.
It is stuff I really don't know what to say, honestly, because I don't know how mangakas really operate and do their thing, but I feel bad for anyone who's in pain and just feel like, or whatever they're going through, because I really don't know what it was, what Gege was going through for his health stuff, why he stopped. But just even the first thing when you guys talk about hiatus, I think back to his chapter where Maki was tearing up the Zenin and the art was a little sketchy with the
phone them,
bro. So I was like, when I saw that, I'm like,
you need a break. You need a break, dog.
Why are you forcing yourself to, you know what I mean? Like, come out and come back when you can do the chapters right, and your fans will definitely understand. Niggas who love and want to say, well, we're gonna be right here waiting, nigga. We're gonna be right here reading One Piece, right here reading MHA. We'll be waiting for JJK to come back. So if your health is an issue, I feel like you should really take that time and take care of yourself, for yourself and for your fans and the series that you're creating. You're doing yourself a disservice and your fans a disservice if you're bringing yourself back and you're just injuring yourself, trying to give us this heat. You know what I'm saying? We can wait. Yeah. We can wait. Your health can't.
So now imagine drawing all those action chapters back to back to back.
Yeah, you need a break. And I feel like he wasn't really taking breaks. When JJK first started, he wasn't really getting breaks like that. He was just going, right?
Yeah, so now he's pacing himself, because it took him 3 arcs to even establish, it took him 2 arcs to really establish the generalized information that he wants us to know, not even the specifics, just generalized information that he wants us to know. And so he had to hit the ground running. We know how Shonen Jump is, nigga, Shueisha is, nigga.
That first 45-page chapter to be heat. We want to be interested. We want to know what's going on.
Yeah, it's the business at the end of the day, so he had to hit the ground running. And so after he realized his health was deteriorating, he realized like he could probably have not only a more satisfying series and arc, but he doesn't have to go as fast, because at that point information gets lost and you have to reiterate later on down the line.
Yeah, you already got us hooked, so you can I would argue you can low-key even tone down the action shit just a little bit. So once you already got us hooked or whatever, you grab us with the lore and the story and the themes and stuff like that. You don't even have to really focus so much on the action. And even though JJK's art, a lot of people don't really like it because of how sketchy it is. That's one of my favorite things about it, how sketchy it is, or how it looks sometimes. Other than, when I saw that he obviously needed a break, but just when I read a series, I'm not really in it for like, I didn't even know this was a thing until I got onto anime Twitter and stuff like that. Niggas talking about like paneling and certain dialogue boxes, and so when I start paying attention to stuff like that, like how I see Horikoshi, like certain like when Danger Sense goes off, it'll slash through one of like the through the panels, and like just the way the art style is and all this, I really come to appreciate that. And that's kind of, I don't want to say that's what I'm looking for, but if an author adds that in, that all that other little extra stuff too, I appreciate it.
Yeah, and that's what makes a story truly stand the test of time, because you can have You can have, for example, let's say Ultimate Muscle. Can't think of his Japanese name right now, but think of 4Kids, Ultimate Muscle. If you, nigga, I know you seen 4Kids as a shorty on Saturday mornings, nigga. Saturday morning cartoons, nigga.
Ultimate Muscle, though. I don't know that one.
Okay, let's say, for example, Shaman King.
Okay.
We're gonna use Shaman King. Shaman King will not stand the test of time like Dragon Ball Z stands the test of time.
I can never argue that because Dragon Ball Z is the shit.
Yeah, it's not even that it's being the shit. It's just that it had not only so much foreshadowing in Dragon Ball to the way the arcs were building up, the action was iconic. We never really paid attention to the story, so we never really cared about that. That was never one of the premises of it. However, with Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball, the first part of the series, the story was amazing. Each arc played off each other. Everything led to one another in the perfect bridge. And got kind of messy once we got to Z, but normal Dragon Ball, it actually built off that, and it made that stand the test of time. So when we get Z, older Dragon Ball fans loved the original Dragon Ball, and then they understand what Z is, and we take GT and Super for what it is. However, Super and GT won't stand the test of time, but Super may stand the test of time because it's linked with Dragon Ball Z.
Fucking Superman.
But nothing, just like the same thing as this. He already made the introduction to the point where it could potentially stand the test of time. Now he has to set up everything well. And so, since he can take his time now, which I'm recommending, you don't have to have an older, long ass story for you to be. You can have JJK 500 chapters, 400 chapters.
Yep, that'll be fine.
And everything gets set up right. Everything ends well. You can have high and low notes, but we will understand the high and low notes when they come to pass, when we look at the story as a whole. So, for example, the Shibuya arc is better than Naruto's Final War arc because the Shibuya arc never reneged on the lore that we built up until this point with the story.
They didn't kill a nigga with Groot either.
Hey, and it's not even the Neji thing, bro. It's just like, for example, niggas being like, oh yeah, bro, I can only do this. I only got so much chakra for this and that. Now nigga just spamming God level moves 30 times and then it's cool. And then now we have the issue with Boruto, because you know what I'm saying, I cover Boruto in the chapter. I'm a Boruto fan. People's like, Boruto is trash because he can only do 2 jutsus, and it's like, so he's trash because Kishimoto decided to go back and be like, you know what, I'm gonna follow the lore that I set up originally in Naruto and say this applies again. Sasuke's already running out of chakra. Well, this nigga do got an eye that he never naturally got, and this nigga, it was given to him by God. So he never naturally had the chakra reserves for it anyway. So now that we're applying chakra limitations to the story, he's gonna run out of chakra, especially when the nigga not a main character. Like, it is what it is.
Boruto is definitely one of those series I've been reading with my brain off. I'm just trying to see the continuation of Naruto.
You should read it with your brain on. It's really enjoyable.
I mean, it's good so far. I liked it, but I mean, some of the stuff is just like, all right, bro. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, now recently, like all the setup, dude. So pretty much like up until the Kawaki shit was pretty much all set up. And so then once Kishimoto took over the story again, that bitch is going down the rounds of Naruto, and that bitch may eventually get dropped.
Yeah, I don't
lie to you, G.
Well, it comes out once a month.
Yeah, it's on that super tip.
I'm caught up right now, but some of the more recent stuff, I'm just like, all right, because I remember Kawaki talking to the doctor, and it's kind of foreshadowed, but Kawaki himself is talking about throwing away the karma, saying I don't need it, and then he comes back with the fucking karma. I don't know, like, what? I thought you didn't need it, nigga.
But it's a dialogue box that says, "Are you frustrated because you're useless without your karma, or are you frustrated because of the situation at hand?" So it's not the situation that made him frustrated, it's just that he was powerless in the situation that made him frustrated. That's why he got the karma again. Because if you take it back to how he was powerless during his whole childhood with Jigen, and the mental, emotional, and physical trauma he suffered with that, wouldn't you not want to be powerless as you get older and you're facing more tougher, more dangerous threats than Jigen?
Yeah, I just thought the dialogue was kind of weird. I have to go back and look again, but I just thought it was this nigga just popped up with the karma. I'm like, what?
No, Amato said, yeah, I can make you a weaponized karma if you want to, folks.
I really feel like I think they're gonna turn it to where, oh, I don't know. I don't want to. Do you? Okay, let me ask then. Do you see Boruto being the rogue ninja in this, and then Kawaki's kind of? But I kind of want to say that, but then at the same time, Kawaki's saying in the very first episode, like, I'm gonna send you where I sent Lord Seven. So we know Naruto's not dead. He obviously sent him somewhere. But I don't know. I think it would be like a huge twist if we see Boruto actually turn to like some kind of rogue ninja type nigga, and then Kawaki was doing all this shit to protect Lord Seven, because he loves Naruto, bro. Kawaki loves this nigga Naruto, like he's one of his sons or something. Like,
see, I don't think he's gonna be a rogue ninja. More of he's just probably gonna leave the village and go on a training mission with Sasuke.
Who? Boruto?
Yeah, and that's if this nigga Sasuke survived this. If was the fifth, we all be drunk, nigga. That's if this nigga Sasuke survived this shit. He'll probably. I don't see him being the rogue ninja. Kishimoto loved this nigga family too much for this nigga to become a rogue ninja. And he showed through the entirety of Naruto, serious manga wise and Naruto Shippuden anime wise, the pain that a rogue ninja has to go through. I don't think he's setting Boruto up for that, because he would have just gave him the shit in the beginning. Just like when people be like, they gotta jump Kaido. Nah, I don't think they're going. I think Luffy is going to beat Kaido, be at the end of his rope, and can't do shit against CP0 because he's too tired.
Yeah, I've seen. What was it? Was it Aniki? I think Aniki tweeted that something about like Kaido, like Luffy not finishing off Kaido, and then like SSG comes in and does some shit to Kaido, or we'll see. I don't know. I personally don't want to see Luffy win 1v1 against this nigga.
See, the reason I don't mind him winning 1v1 against Kaido is because Kaido lost multiple times already. So like if Kaido won every single fight, never lost at all, and Luffy was the only, and with this situation, Luffy beat him 1v1, yeah, I have a problem with that. But Kaido has lost on multiple occasions.
Yeah, but they weren't 1v1.
Yeah, they wasn't 1v1s, but the L is still there.
Yeah, the L is still there though, and that's one of my favorite things about Kaido that we don't really fully understand is he was trying to get executed. He tried to kill himself before. He's been tried to like they tried to execute him, it didn't work. They've experimented on this nigga, all this other stuff. So I'm just curious to see what it's gonna take to get this nigga away from Wano, to get him out of here. Like, and Oda doesn't kill niggas, so I don't know. And we see that Oda doesn't kill niggas, but he destroys their dreams. And Kaido's dream is to have a glorious death. So I don't know. Is Oda gonna cripple a nigga? Kaido can't move, but he's still alive. Like I don't know, nigga. I don't know. Luffy gonna punch this nigga into a cripple?
You know one way he won't have a glorious death? If he's riding Ray and spins the Throne Wars inside Impel Down.
So Kaido ends up in Impel Down?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have anything against it. I just want to see how he gets taken out the arc, because he has been captured before. It's been shown Kaido can be captured, and it's happened to him multiple times, right? We saw recently he was breaking out of Punk Hazard and stuff too. So yeah. I feel like he doesn't have to die. I think it would make the most sense to me. It's like, well, I mean, if I'm a nigga and I'm a pirate, I'm gonna be trying to kill this nigga. I don't want the potential of this nigga to be back around. But Oda's writing the story, it's his thing, whatever. So he don't like killing niggas. So if you get Kaido out of here and you write it in a way that makes sense too, and it's like satisfying to the reader. I mean, well, whatever's satisfying to the reader is gonna be different for everyone. So I really can't say that. But I mean, I don't know. I'm really curious to see how this goes down. I know we're supposed to be talking about JJK, but shit.
Hey, nigga, it's a stream, bro. It always goes off topic, nigga. Well, shit, fuck it. I'm about to wrap this bitch up and get my stream started on Twitch because I got some shit to do over there too.
Yes, sir.
But most likely I'm gonna just, nigga, if you want to, you can come back, nigga, over there on Twitch, nigga. I don't give a fuck. You just talking shit over there. But over there, I can smoke my blunt in peace. So I'm gonna go get me some more blunts. You feel me? Real quick. It's gonna take like 5-10 minutes. Yep. Come back. I'm gonna be blue if I leave G and these niggas. If I go outside and they took my car for versus taking their Lexus for, I'm gonna be pissed. But I'm gonna get my blunts, come back, start the Twitch stream. I'll probably react, nigga. Read Rikudo, nigga. This boxing manga is hitting, folks.
Send me the name. Send me the name. You know me. I'm gonna for sure say yes right now and then not check it out. But if you send me the name, I'll check it out.
How about I send you the name and a link to the thing so that way you don't gotta find it, bitch. How about that?
Real one, G. All right, I'm gonna pull up right now. I'm gonna be watching your Twitch for a bit. I think I might go to my family's house, but I'm gonna be smoking right now, listening though.
All right, bad gang. Anyways, been your boy Wolf Nara, leader of the Cosmic Armada, commander of the Cosmic Armada, and my boy Almighty.
Come on.
Fish Mix.